Mikey knocked on the door, waiting a second before pushing it open. Hey, bro! Penny for your thoughts? A silver-gray eye glowered at him from across the room. I'm not your bro, the mutant grumbled. Mikey ignored the grumpy response, already used to such behavior from Raph. He perched himself on the edge of the mattress, showing no fear of the replacement cybernetic limbs the fellow turtle possessed. What you doing? He asked brightly, seemingly obvious to the adored attitude their guest was showing. Thinking, the cyborg muttered, looking away. Of what? Mikey started. Can't you pester somebody else? Was the irritated response. Nope, I'm all yours, dude, Mikey beamed. Lucky me. Mikey circled his dangled feet and looked back to the cyborg turtle. So I was wondering, can you shoot lasers out of your cool eye? The mutant frowned, half glancing back. No, of course I can't, he snapped. I bet Donnie could fix that up for you. That would be awesome. The 17-year-old twisted about, both feet slamming out of the floor as he whipped around to face Mikey. I don't want to shoot lasers from my eye. Mikey shined back a bit, but didn't move from the bed that had been set up for the young mutant. Just saying, dude. The youth huffed and turned away again, hugging his normal leg as he rested his chin on his knee. Just get out. I ain't in the mood of any of you stupid jokes, Michelangelo. Mikey stared at his toes, flexing them in thought. He glanced across the cyborg. Nicky? Just don't, Nicky warned. Only my family call me Nicky. Nicolo, does it hurt? Nicky seemed to look at him strangely. Does what hurt? Mikey fidgeted slightly, shifting himself on the mattress as he decided what to say. Those! He pointed to Nicolo's robotic altered boots. Although Nicky moved around quite freely, and it had made the young teen wonder if those heavy limbs actually hurt. Sometimes, he uttered hesitantly, in the joints where they connect. Mikey's features seized with sympathy. I'm sorry, bro. Nicky looked away uncomfortably. Don't worry about it, he uttered. Don't worry about it, he uttered. A short silence followed, and Mikey remained kicking his heels, just content to keep the fellow turtle company, whenever he wanted it or not. Mikey, can I ask you something? Michelangelo smiled back at the youth. Sure, dude. Ask away. Nicolo shifted uncomfortably. Why won't your brother change me back into a human? Heh, totally asking the wrong turtle, bro. Mikey smiled gently. The young mutant sighed, reaching into one of the pockets of his utility trousers. Mikey cited what looked like an MP3 player. Still, he asked anyway, just to keep the conversation going. What's that? He asked brightly. It's my music player, Nicolo said quietly. He turned it over, and his stance slumped. Oh, come on, not now. What's wrong? Nicky's side deepened. It's cracked, busted, well, that sucks. A pained expression filled his face. There's no way I can fix this, he murmured to himself. No need to stress, dude. Dee can help you fix it. Nicolo huffed and glared at the floor, his MP3 players clenched in his hand. Yeah, sure he would. No, honest, bro. If he won't help with turning me human again, why would he fix my mom's MP3 player? Nicky shouted back, looking incensed. Mikey jolted back from the expected response. Whoa, whoa, whoa! He's not like that, Nicole. He'll fix your mom's MP3 player, no problem. But if he won't help with turning you human, there's gotta be a reason for it. Nicky seemed to fall in on himself, wrapping his arms around his shoulders. He said it was too dangerous, he whispered solemnly. Mikey stared at Nicolo for a long time. He knew he wasn't even half as bright as Donatello, but he had enough common sense to understand why Donatello refused to help. Those metal limbs sure would be a big problem, though how Mikey wasn't entirely sure. Donnie knows what he's talking about, Nicolo. He just doesn't like seeing those he cares about getting hurt. Nico frowned and raised his eyes toward Mikey. What are you talking about? What do you mean that he cares about? Well, he considers you as a friend, dude. So do I. Really? Michelangelo nodded with a grin. Nicolo hunched up the mattress, wrapping both his arms around his knees. All of a sudden, he looked like he was the loneliest boy in the world. I haven't had any friends since I was 8, before I was taken. Mikey's chest clenched. That sounded so awful. No friends for that long? Well, there was only one remedy for that as far as Michelangelo could see. He slid across the mattress and with no hesitation slipped his arm around Nicolo's shoulders. What are you doing? He uttered, obviously trying to hide the lump of his swelling in his throat. We'll always be your friends, Nicky. You got no worries about that, bro. With that, a dam started to break. Nicky buried his face into his arms as suspended sobs began to heave at his rib cage. Mikey's other arm instantly came up to embrace the troubled youth fully. Ever since they brought Nicolo here, Mikey had always thought that he really needed was to have a heartfelt talk and a good hug. Nicolo's head fell against his own, and his embrace tightened. It's cool, Nicky. It's all cool, he whispered. We'll always be here for you, bro.